Imagine a story where personal tragedy, a global conspiracy, and this cutting-edge, invisible technology all converge.
Right, on a single, impossible moment.
A moment that could rewrite history in, well, the title gives it away, 6 seconds.
Hmm.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into Rick Mofina's thriller, 6 Seconds.
It's quite a ride.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This deep dive is based on looking closely at parts of the novel, weaving together all these different character viewpoints and, the unfolding mysteries.
Yeah, you get multiple angles.
You'll hear about Maggie, a grieving mother searching for her son. Then there's Daniel Graham, a haunted detective trying to make sense of this wilderness tragedy.
And behind it all, this shadowy organization planning something huge.
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack this really intricate story, connect these threads that seem totally separate at first.
Uh-huh. To reveal the hidden motives, the surprising facts at the heart of it all.
We'll show you how personal pain can be, well, twisted into a weapon, and how one man's search for truth can uncover a threat nobody else saw coming.
It's quite the setup.
Okay, let's unpack this. What I find fascinating right away is how Mofina uses these multiple viewpoints. It's not just for suspense, though there's plenty of that.
No, it really puts you in their shoes. You feel the personal stakes for each character, even as this huge global plot is swirling around them.
Let's start with Maggie Conlin. You're immediately dropped into her fractured world.
Right, and you see how quickly things unravel. Her husband, Jake, he's a trucker. He comes back from this high-paying but really dangerous job in Iraq.
And he's not the same guy.
Not at all. He's moody, mistrustful, paranoid, these unexplained outbursts, and Maggie thinks he wrongly suspects her of cheating.
With Logan's soccer coach, Craig Ullman.
Yeah, which adds this layer of domestic tension before everything just blows up.
And her world completely shatters when Jake picks up their son, Logan, from school. He claims he's in Baltimore, but he's actually in California.
And then, poof, they vanish. Jake and Logan are gone, leaving Maggie just devastated.
Her attempts to get help from the police, the media, it's just heartbreakingly frustrating.
It really is. And the book uses this to show something quite scary, actually.
Huh.
When the usual systems fail you, people get desperate. They go down unconventional paths, and that vulnerability, well, it can be exploited.
And Maggie's history makes it worse. Her mother's suicide, her sister died, estranged father. She and Jake were always kind of loners facing things together. Until this.
It paints a picture of profound isolation, even before the abduction.
It's a terrible spot to be in, and her last sort of desperate hope comes from her reporter.
Stacey Kurtz from the Star-Journal. She's the only one who really listens, even if she doesn't offer much hope at first.
So, okay, conventional roads are closed. What's left?
The unconventional. Maggie twins to Madame Fatima Saleh.
The psychic.
Exactly. Described as this thin, dying woman, Cancer, descended from French gypsies, known for, well, prophecies.
Right, predicting a drowning, finding a kidnapped boy buried alive.
Yeah.
Those stories are out there.
So Maggie goes, bringing Logan's little pirate keyring and Jake's penknife, just clinging to anything.
And Fatima has this intense vision, holding the items, humming, swaying, eyes rolling back.
Yeah. She mentions a big truck near mountains, and Maggie actually feels Logan's presence, like she smells his scent, a fleeting moment of connection.
And then it just snaps back, right?
Completely. Fatima abruptly says, "I saw nothing that will help." Then adds, "No one can help, especially me, and you should pray."
Oh, that's brutal. Talk about mixed messages.
It leaves Maggie in total anguish. It deepens the mystery instead of solving it, just pushes her further down. Really cruel.
Okay, so as Maggie's spiraling miles away, another tragedy is unfolding, and these stories are going to collide.
Yes, let's shift to RCMP Corporal Daniel Graham. His story starts in Faust's Fork, near Banff, Canada. Beautiful place, but...
You find something horrific. The body of a young boy, maybe 8 or 9, in this wild river, wearing a Canadian Rockies sweatshirt.
And what makes Graham's story so gripping is his own backstory. He's haunted by his wife Nora's death in a car accident he caused. So, despite his grief, he tries to save another child, a little girl, Emily, maybe 5 or 6, from that same river.
He hears Nora's voice underwater.
Yeah, telling him, "Keep going, Daniel." And as he saves Emily, he hears her whisper something chilling. "Don't, daddy, don't, please."
But immediately screams foul play.
You know it. And the dead boy turns out to be Emily's brother. The search then finds their mother, Anita Tarver, also dead. But the father, Ray Tarver, is missing.
Okay, so a missing father, 2 dead family members, and a child's cryptic words. This is getting complicated.
And Ray Tarver wasn't just anyone. He was a DC reporter, known for chasing, quote, big doomsday conspiracy stuff.
Ah, a wild card reporter living in a fantasy world with other conspiracy nuts. Or was it fantasy?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Did his fantasy world get him killed?
And then there's the photo. Setsuko Uchida in Tokyo finds a picture of Tarver in a restaurant just days before the deaths.
And Graham learns Ray was showing his laptop to some unidentified stranger, and guess what? Ray's laptop is missing.
Missing laptop, mysterious stranger, conspiracy reporter. How do you square that with an accidental drowning?
Graham can't. He is absolutely convinced Emily's words he later thinks she meant, "Don't hurt my daddy," point to murder. The laptop, the stranger, they have to be the key.
It's his gut instinct against the official line.
But his bosses, Inspector Stoddard and this Secret Service agent, Blake Walker, they just shut him down.
They blame his grief over Nora, call his ideas jackass theories.
Pretty much. They want the case closed. Cleared, they say.
Tuck spot for Graham.
But he pushes back. He confronts Walker, points out the massive inconsistencies like, Ray Tarver's body hasn't even been found. How is it accidental?
Ooh, gutsy.
And then he drops the bomb. Walker's name was in Tarver's notebook, making Walker himself a person of interest.
Wow. That raises the stakes considerably.
Graham won't back down. He finds a note in Tarver's files. Blue Rose Creek, some suburban place in California. He starts digging into that lead.
Unknowingly getting closer to Maggie's world.
Exactly. And as Graham digs, the story peels back another layer, showing us the source of this threat. We meet Samara.
Samara Ann Ingram. Her backstory is just devastating.
Yeah.
Born in London, British dad, Iraqi mom, married Mohammed, had a son, Ahmed John.
Then tragedy strikes. Parents die in a crash. Later, her husband and son are killed in Iraq by soldiers who, well, it's brutal. They torture the family, defile her right before her eyes. Then bombers hit her city.
Unimaginable trauma.
And then the psychological manipulation begins. She's found barely alive in a sandstorm in the empty quarter that's Yemen-Saudi Arabia border area by relief workers.
But one isn't who he seems.
Right, a doctor who's actually a recruiter for this deadly network. He indoctrinates her, tells her family's an eternal hellfire unless she gets revenge.
Twisting her grief into
Blood revenge. It's the only way, he says. Horrific exploitation.
So she starts training self-defense, knives, rifles, even learns how to spot a U.S. air marshal.
Her mission, her destiny, is set for Montana, tied to the Pope's visit, which got leaked early by some priest's newsletter.
Father Stone's newsletter, a small detail with huge consequences.
And pulling the strings behind all this, a figure known only as Amir, the Believer.
Ethiopian fabric merchant by cover, but to intel agencies, he's desert ghost, the wind, untraceable.
His goal, ending centuries of oppression and humiliation. His ambition is massive, making him incredibly dangerous.
And he has a weapon to match that ambition, something truly terrifying.
Developed by his network, Ali Bakarat, a chemical engineer, and Omar Karim, a nanotech expert. They created an undetectable explosive fabric.
How does it even work?
Microscopic hollow tubes in the fabric filled with a volatile liquid and nanoreceptors. The science is cutting edge, the potential horrifying.
Undetectable explosive fabric, how do you even deploy that?
It activates 60 seconds after a coded ultra-low-frequency radio signal. Then, a second signal from any wireless device, phone, camera, laptop, detonates it.
And it's completely invisible to bomb detection.
Invisible. Think about that. A terror attack you literally cannot see coming.
Chilling. And this is where Jake Conlin, Maggie's husband, gets tangled in this web.
Unwittingly, yeah. Samara actually saved Jake in Iraq after his convoy was ambushed.
She noticed he looked like her dead husband.
Yes. There was a shared moment, a kiss. Jake felt guilty, thought of Maggie and Logan. But Samara, she saw an opportunity, an asset.
So she plays on his vulnerabilities.
Meticulously. Uses a commendation letter from the U.S. military to get into the States, gets a nursing job in Montana, then contacts Jake via his secret internet account.
And Jake is still paranoid about Maggie possibly cheating.
He's drawn in. They start a physical relationship. It shows how personal weaknesses can be just weaponized.
Which leads them all to Montana. Samara invites Jake and Logan to live with her there, offering a new life.
And Jake, desperate for a fresh start, agrees. Then Samara gets that cryptic email.
Grandmother sends her love. Her gift has arrived. Cousin will call.
Ah.
About pickup in the next stage for the big day.
Yeah. That's when you realize just how deep this goes. And the gift. It's terrifyingly clear what that might be. The puzzle pieces slam into place.
Absolutely. The implications are suddenly crystal clear and horrifying.
So these separate threads are pulling tight now. Graham's hunt for truth, Maggie's search for Logan. They're about to intersect dramatically.
Graham follows that Blue Rose Creek lead from Tarver's files, and he finds Maggie after an apparent overdose.
Yes, he saves her life with CPR. A completely chance encounter, but it changes everything for both of them.
And this happens right as his boss is ordering him back.
Exactly. Stoddard calls, says Tarver's body was found, case closed, accidental death, but Graham refuses. He trusts his gut, Emily's words, Nora's memory. He knows there's more.
He's really going against the grain here.
Totally defying orders, and his instinct pays off fast. They head to Las Vegas. Maggie has a bit of luck on a slot machine.
But the real win is a phone call.
Right. From Wanda, a clerk at Desert Truckland. She tells them Jake sold his rig there, and crucial info. Jake and Logan are in Montana.
With the girlfriend Samara, trying to put the past behind him.
Wanda even mentions Logan looked sad-looking, a little stressed. And she gives them a P.O. box address in Great Falls, Montana.
Finally, a concrete lead.
Montana. They get to Great Falls, and things move quickly. Graham learns Jake's using an alias. Burt Russell rented that P.O. box.
But it's the photo Maggie finds that's the gut punch.
Oh, yeah, a birthday photo. Jake, bald with a goatee, Logan, and Samara. Maggie just calls her the other woman. It's chilling. Graham sends it straight to forensics.
And the background tension is ramping up like crazy. They find out the Pope is visiting Cold Butte, Montana.
Exactly where Jake and Logan are supposed to be. Security is insane. Intel chatter about a major strike, hidden cells, based on info from some ghost prisoner, Isa Alisa.
The clock is seriously ticking now.
And while all this is happening, the weapon itself is being tested. Baccarat and Omar detonate some of the fabric near Malmstrom Air Force Base.
Using a U.S. flag and T-shirt.
Yeah, 3 white-tailed deer. The explosion is huge, leaves no residue, nothing. Baffles investigators. They deploy this elite CBIRF team.
The Chemical, Biological, Radiological, Nuclear Response Team.
That's them, led by Tony Takayasu. They're basically investigating a ghost explosion. They know it was planned, but they don't know what it is.
Meanwhile, Secret Service, Blake Walker, they're scrambling. Fragmented intel. Whispers of a new kind of weapon. The pressure must be immense.
Unbearable. They know something big is coming, but they can't see it.
Okay, so this is it, the climax. All the threads, Maggie, Graham, Samara's plot, they all converge violently.
It happens fast. Maggie spots Logan in a choir photo at the Pope's event. She just bolts, races through the crowd, jumps a barricade.
Desperate to reach him.
But Samara, acting as a nurse, intercepts. Tells security Maggie's psychologically disturbed, that she threatened to get rid of the Pope.
Oh, that's cold. Using Maggie's desperation against her.
Calculated and cruel. At the exact same time, Graham's at Jake's bungalow, the Burt Russell place. He finds Samara's laptop wired up.
And he sees the video.
The martyr's video, Samara's message of vengeance, and a countdown timer. He realizes the horrifying truth.
Samara isn't just part of the plot. She is the bomb.
A suicide bomber. And remember that blue Impala that was following Maggie?
Yeah, still around.
It tracked them all the way to Montana. Hidden transmitter, a constant reminder that Amir's network is always watching. That unseen shadow.
Which brings us to the 6 seconds moment itself.
Bolts!
Samara's in the school gym, just feet from the Pope.
Wearing that custom suit made by an operative named Benny in Seattle. Totally undetectable. She uses her camera to activate the fabric. 60-second countdown starts.
But she's apprehended just before detonation.
Yes, agents grab her as the choir sings. But simultaneously, thousands of miles away in Addis Ababa, Amir hits the detonation signal remotely.
Oh my God, so it's still active.
It's a frantic race.
Yeah.
Graham realizes Logan is the weapon, the suit. He smashes Samara's laptop, trying to break the signal chain. The NSA fires off this massive electronic pulse to counteract the detonation signal.
And there's a sharpshooter aiming at Logan.
Yeah, preparing to take the shot as a last resort. It's absolute chaos, condensed into seconds.
How does it end?
Logan's suit heats up, then just vanishes from the sharpshooter's scope. Samara's suit detonates outside the school, kills her instantly, injures agents, journalists.
But Logan...
The Pope?
The NSA pulse works. It saves Logan. Walker tackles him to safety just as the Pope is whisked away. Split-second timing saved countless lives.
Wow. Wow. The aftermath must be huge.
Global. The world learns about the attack. Massive investigations follow, U.S. and international agencies working together. Much of Amir's network is dismantled. Arrests worldwide.
But not Amir himself.
No. Amir, the believer, vanishes. becomes the desert ghost again.
And the Tarvers, do we find out what really happened?
Yes, interrogations confirm it. Ray Tarver and his family were murdered by Amir's network, lured to the Rockies specifically to silence Ray because his investigation was getting too close to the explosive fabric weapon.
So his conspiracy theories.
Tragically, horrifyingly real.
And what about Maggie and Logan? It's a new beginning, but obviously scarred. Maggie helps authorities capture key operatives, gets offered a big reward. Jake is buried back in California. And that photo of Maggie and Logan reuniting
Becomes iconic.
Yeah, a global symbol of the tragedy, but also survival. Hope snatched from the jaws of disaster.
So, stepping back from the plot, what does this whole deep dive really show us?
I think it powerfully illustrates how completely separate lives, personal tragedies, and these huge global conflicts can just slam into each other unexpectedly, violently.
And the consequences of manipulating grief, turning personal loss into a weapon.
Absolutely. And also the courage it takes for someone like Graham to chase the truth when everyone in power tells you you're wrong, that you're just grieving or crazy.
Yeah, we saw how reporters' supposedly wild theories turned out to be deadly accurate.
And how a mother's instinct, just that raw desperation, ultimately led her to her son against impossible odds.
And the core threat, this hidden weapon, this invisible technology, almost changed everything.
It really makes you think about information today, doesn't it? How hard it is to know what's real, what's noise, and how much impact one person's actions can still have, for good or ill.
Let's leave our listeners with this thought. Remember Samara's line from the prologue. Dying for me does not mean death. Dying for me is a promise kept.
Chilling.
What does that level of conviction, however warped, really mean? How does it drive someone to such extremes? And maybe more importantly, how do we navigate a world where that kind of promise can be made and almost kept using tools we can't even see?
Definitely something to chew on.
Something to mull over as you go about your day.